Everyone is faced with obstacles, and life is how you overcome them. What is the hardest thing you've ever had to overcome? My name is Michaela Cooley, and the hardest thing I've ever had to overcome is brain surgery. Before March 4th, 2009, I was a very active child, always outside in the sun, running, riding dirt bikes, playing with friends, hunting, fishing, just being with family. We also used to go to the beach and the creek pretty much daily. Any time that we were free, that's where we were at, where you could find us. Used to have been called my mother's water babies. When I was about the age of 7, my mom decided to sign me up for softball. Little did I know then, that moment, that this small little single object would mean so much to my life and help transform me into the person I wanted to be. Third base was my favorite position. I just loved being in the infield where all the action was at, so fast-paced. I played pretty much every position though, catcher, pitcher, outfield, any position where they needed me, that's where I was. Third base was always where I came back to. It was always my favorite. After playing regular teams for a while, I decided to try my hand in travel ball. Travel ball was a totally different experience. You got to travel pretty much everywhere, every competition, every tournament, and I just loved the atmosphere that it gave off and all the friendships that you got to build and just everyone you got to meet. That was my life before March 4th, 2009. But after, on that single day, I was at school and fell out with a stroke. Little did I know, I had a mass in the left side of my brain that had burst. I had to go to the hospital and have emergency brain surgery. Everyone thought that surgery would be the hardest part, but in reality, it was the easiest part. I had to be strong, mentally and physically. Everywhere I went, I got stares because I had a scar on the left side of my brain, which had been shaved so they could get inside. So I looked a little ridiculous walking around, and everyone gave me like weird stares and questions. So I had to prepare myself for that. The physical result was having to go to therapy. I had to do physical therapy and I had to do occupational therapy. I went 3 different times during the week to Sacred Heart, and I spent an hour, and they had to teach me pretty much just relearn new life skills. I was essentially like a little baby. My Mimi, a couple of days after surgery, decided to bring me chicken and dumplings to the hospital, and I didn't know how to eat them, so I just took the fork and started shoveling into my mouth, and eventually she had to take over and help feed me because I didn't know what the heck I was doing. And so it was kind of rough. Didn't know what Walmart was. Imagine being 12 and walking into Walmart and having no idea what was going on around you. It was pretty rough, but that was not the last time that I would be in the hospital. Everyone thought that would be it, but definitely was not. I was at an appointment one time for my neurologist, and he decided to look at my scans, and behold, I had a hole in the top of my spine called a Chiari-1 malformation, which he said I had since I was a little kid, how I was born. So we didn't know that, but got told that I had that too. And then a couple months after, I had been running a fever and stuff, and was rushed I had to give to the hospital, and I had a blood marrow infection, so I had to stay in the hospital for that for a little bit. And then I had to have migraine treatments, so that was a week-long thing. But I had to be in the hospital quite a lot. I've been through more things than people my age have been through, but I did not let that stop me. As I stated earlier, I didn't know how much I can relate to a softball, but now I realize it. Just like the ball, it has stitches, bumps, and bruises, which I definitely have. Just like the shape, I have come full circle. I have come from being 12 years old and having the mind capacity of a newborn, and having to go through all the therapies. And then just like the color, just like the sun, I was always outside, always just soaking up the sun everywhere I could go. I had a passion of playing in college. That was always my dream, but that dream I had to alter alter it to what I could actually do. At the lowest point of my life, this ball gave me hope. With the help of my therapist and with the love of the game, I've transformed my dream of wanting to play in college. I've turned it into a career path that I would like to take. I'm going to school for sports medicine, and so this game has always been there for me, and I want to continue that. I want to be there for others who have went through things like I have, and I just always want to be around it. The most important thing that I hope that people can take from this is that life gives you many reasons to stop and just like hunker down and not want to go any further, but the way you overcome it is all that truly matters. Also remember, life doesn't begin where you're comfortable. It begins outside your comfort zone.